Hello, hello. Can I hear myself? Check 1, 2. I can hear myself.
Can you hear myself?
I can hear yourself.
You can hear myself.
I can hear yourself.
I think I'm in a carb coma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really have carbs today until supper. And I was really feeling it. And now I'm like... I feel very out of it. Oh, my.
Well, I will.
It's fine.
I'll keep up the energy.
Okay.
I'll be the Energizer Bunny.
Okay.
And
I'll be the batteries, question mark? Wait.
Is the bunny the one with energy, and then he puts the energy into the batteries?
I think that the batteries give him energy.
The batteries give him energy.
So maybe you're the batteries. And
So maybe
I'm the bunny.
Maybe. I guess I don't know. I don't know my Energizer Bunny anatomy.
I don't know my Energizer Bunny lore.
Yes.
Oh dear. So you wanted to talk about smart homes.
I did. I wanted to talk about... I've had some thoughts on, like, what it would look like to implement smart home things in a house. And I guess one of the things that I see is... Because I follow a couple different people who are into nerd stuff or are more tech savvy or what have you. And
are in that space.
And they like to play around with things and mess with stuff and try this and that and home automation and all that stuff. And there's a lot of things that you can do with it that's like really cool. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about, like, I have some opinions and I wanted to talk about them and see if they're radical. We don't have a whole lot smart home wise in our own house.
We have like nothing.
We have, well, it's not quite true. We have a light bulb on our front porch.
Oh, okay.
And it is a smart light bulb, and I have it programmed so that it turns on at dusk and then it turns back off at sunrise. Yes. And it's been pretty rock solid. Like, it seems to always come on, and I've never seen it on during the day. Seems to work very well. I think it's a like GE bulb or something. And then I had to use their sync app, spelled CYN something, CYNC maybe. But it was, it's interesting. So I put that in, you have to join it to the Wi-Fi so that you can talk to it with, it's so bizarre to me, like joining your light bulb to the Wi-Fi.
That does seem strange.
And then you have your app and whatnot. And the app that they have for it is kind of interesting. You can go into each of the different elements of your smart home configuration, and you can take a picture of the thing in each state.
Each state?
Yeah. So you can take a picture of it when it's off, and
okay.
And then keep your phone. So you can hit the little button, and basically what it will do is it will toggle the state of the thing, and then automatically take a picture. So you hold your phone really still, and you hit the button, and it turns the light off, takes a picture, turns the light on, and takes a picture. And then in the app, you can see what it quote unquote looks like in real life, based on what state the app currently shows it as. So when it shows it on, it shows a picture of our front door with the light on.
I mean, a cool feature, but seemingly an unnecessary one. It's just funny.
Yeah. Other things that we have, my parents got me a couple plug-in outlets that are controllable. They're like indoor-outdoor outlets. And so you can turn on and off whatever is plugged into it with an app, and you can schedule it. Neither of these things tie into any of the systems that exist, as far as I know. Well, maybe the GE one does. But there's like the Google sphere of things where you can tie your different smart home things into a central app that Google has. So you can control all of it with your Google Assistant, which is what people who have Android usually will do. And then people who have iPhones will usually use HomeKit. And the idea is that you would use HomeKit with a HomeKit compatible device that would then talk to the Home app on your phone, and then you can control them from everything from there instead of having a different app for each individual thing. But we don't have any of our stuff set up in that, so it's just set up in their own disparate apps. Other than that, I don't think we really have anything. We've got like a security camera, but I don't know that counts as smart home stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so some of my thoughts about how would you build out a smart home thing, and I wouldn't recommend doing it the way that we did, because you want to have stuff that's more unified and central and like cohesive. But I think also like unless you're trying to do something specific, having smart light bulbs themselves, I think, is the wrong approach. I think to smartify your house, if you wanted to control your lights, then you should use like smart switches. And the reason for that is that with a smart light bulb, if somebody turns the switch off, now you can't turn the bulb back on with your app.
Yeah.
But if you have a smart switch, then you can control it physically, and you can control it by the app, and they don't interfere with each other because the switch itself talks with the app. So typically they'll be like those toggle switches instead of a like the old style light switch. And then just one way will be whichever way it is currently. You flip it, and then it switches the state, basically. So there isn't a specific on or off. It's just a toggle that will change it from whatever it currently is. So things like that. I think designing a smart home in such a way that whoever's living there can operate the house without having to use a phone or an app or a device to talk to it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of my biggest philosophies around it, would be trying to design something that is livable if you don't use a phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're tying somebody to a specific app in order to use something, and it becomes a whole deal. It is cool though to be able to say, hey thing, go into, I don't know, movie mode or something, and then have it like dim all the lights just right, and then have, have this and that all coordinated. Some of that you could probably achieve with smart switches, because some of them will even do dimmer stuff. But I think more often than not, that's something that you would want to do with a smart bulb, and especially if you wanted to change like the colors of things at different times for different reasons. Yeah, I think there's just a number of pieces that make it complicated, right? So there's a lot of things out there for smart home that don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
So there's a number of things that have their own app, they have their own system, or they only talk to Google, or they only talk to Apple, or they only talk to something else that it might exist. And so compiling your system, it's just really complicated right now.
Well, I think that's what probably, I don't know if this is an accurate assumption, but I think that's what most people do with their smart devices, is that it's just a hodgepodge. There's no planning to it. There's no cohesiveness. It's just, I have an Alexa, and I have a smart light bulb, and I have like a string light that's on something, and it's more, there's no real thought behind how it works together, or if it could all work on the same system. It's just kind of piecemeal.
Yeah, and Alexa is probably the one that most people would use, I would imagine, at this point.
Yeah.
Just because it's so prevalent.
Yeah.
And yeah, like having all of your pieces of your smart home in separate places just makes it convoluted to know like where and what do we do. Like, I want to turn this on, I want to turn that off, or check this or monitor that. If it's happening in too many different places, then it's just confusing, and it leads to a not good experience, which leads to avoiding using it, right?
Yeah.
And then that defeats the whole point of integrating your stuff into a smart home.
Because I don't think I'd go using things if I had to get into an app to use it for the most part. It's like our security camera is kind of the exception. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if I had to go into an app to turn a light bulb on or get something to work, it just wouldn't seem worth it. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't always have my phone on me, or I'm walking in a room and I need something and I don't want to have to like pull my phone out to turn the lights on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you can do like scenes and program things. So it's like, well, these rooms just automatically come on at different times of the day or whatever. And you can try to like automate it to be as streamlined and like I don't have to touch anything in my house, and it just does it all automatically.
I feel like you'd have to have a super regulated, regimented life for something like that to work. And maybe that's just because we homeschool and we don't always have dinner at the same time. We don't always have breakfast at the same time. We don't always, like we get up at different times in the morning. So to have like the light come on at a certain point, or to have, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, in my mind, doesn't make a lot of sense, because schedules and lives are always changing, but probably not everybody. Maybe it's just us. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as I got anything programmed in, something would change and I'd have to go back and change it.
Yeah. Well, life just is dynamic no matter how you slice it, unless you're super like regimented and like deliberate about wanting to make sure your life is the same way all the time. It's going to end up being somewhat dynamic and changing from time to time. So, and I think that also having your house automated can lead to situations where you're doing something and then all of a sudden like the lights go out or whatever. And it's, well, that's not a great experience either. I think one of the advantages to having your house hooked up so that you can control it, maybe not automated, but so that you can control it with different things, is like if you're going on vacation, then you can like program the lights to do different things at different times while you're gone, to make it look like there's activity happening in the house. Or even like, checking, like if you wanted to check and see, did I close the garage door? You can trigger the garage door closer remotely from your phone or something. Yeah. Or if you've got like door sensors, like just making sure all the doors are closed. Yeah. Or getting an alert if something trips a door sensor. Some of those more security focused ones, I think, make a lot more sense to me than like the lights and stuff.
Yeah, same. Because I'm more nervous about something happening to the house that I don't know about. Like, even kids leaving doors open. It's like, well, this door has been open for how long? Like, I don't know. It's just been standing open, letting bugs in or letting air conditioning out. And that would be nice to have something that would alert you, or give you peace of mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of the other things that I've seen that exist that would be kind of cool are things that measure like environmental factors. So like temperature or humidity, or just, a few different other things. And so you can stick it in, say, like in a fridge or something, if you wanted to see what is the temperature like in the fridge. Yeah. Is it going to go above the food safe temperature? Is it going to get, is there an issue here? Is there too much humidity in the basement? Is there, whatever. And then you can watch those like plot over time and see like what are the patterns and things. There's also ones that will do like, it'll monitor for like a water leak. So you can put it on the floor and it will basically detect if there's water that like bridged the electrical contacts or something. And then it can send you a notification that says, oh, there was water down here. So you could like, if you were paranoid about it, I guess you could put one at like, under each toilet and under each sink and like go crazy. Yeah. Which might be useful. Like I could see a situation where if we were out for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Got a notification that there was a flood in the kitchen or something, and then we could call your parents to come over and investigate or something.
Yeah.
But like,
I guess I
the
just
uses
wonder.
for those things are very slim.
Yeah. It's like, how often do you have something like that
It's very
happen?
single purpose.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's a number of those things. And then like the false positives, right? Like, surely there's going to be false positives for all of these different things. And how does that like affect
It might just end up
peace of
increasing
mind?
anxiety levels.
Yeah. Which, like, our camera is not the greatest. No. Like, it'll give us a bunch of false positives.
So I don't know that it gives me anxiety.
It's just annoying.
Because it doesn't feel like I have to deal with something right away.
Yeah.
For the most part.
There's a number of things that you can do for setting up monitoring of the house that I think would be kind of useful, as opposed to controlling the house, which is, I think, where mostly I end up thinking of smart home stuff, is like, how do I control this? Or, turning on the lights is like the main thing that like pops into my mind when I think of smart home things. There's so many other things that can happen.
Temperature control. And,
right.
Yeah,
Smart thermostat. But it's like those things control the house, but then the things that monitor the house, I think, could be really useful to say, just keep track of, these different factors to see like how is the air conditioning struggling? Is it struggling more than usual because the temperature fluctuates within, but it's been going up, or like, I think it could be useful to see some of that stuff, or even with like the refrigerators or freezer. I'm really curious about the freezer in the basement.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be, I think it says it's a smart defrost or something.
Or just no frost.
Yeah, frost free is what they call it. And I know that there's like different ways that freezers do that. And some types of freezers do it by raising the temperature to like try to melt off frost that would have been building up and then freezing again.
Yeah.
And so they kind of do this like fluctuating thing, but that's not good for long-term food storage.
Which I don't think this one does. Not that this is on topic at all, but every time I go in there, everything is like rock hard solid.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any point where it's not.
I don't think so
freezing.
Either, but I think it would be interesting to see
what
like,
it's doing, or
to
how
see
it
if there's
does
any fluctuation in the temperature at all with what it's doing. Because I think you're right. I don't think it actually does do that cycling. From what I've heard, there's like or what I've read rather about this kind of freezer, I think is what it will do when you close the door is it will run like a fan to like blow air through the space to try and like get rid of the moisture.
Interesting.
So it'll like do a quick cycle of the air to try and pull moisture out so that it doesn't freeze onto anything and cause frost.
I guess that's interesting. Yeah.
Is that what this one's doing? I don't know, but I tried to read up on it at one point because I was really curious. Like, how do you prevent?
Yeah.
Like, because if you've got humid air, it'll condensate and freeze on something.
And we don't pack that freezer super tight, so it probably is more efficient when it's not packed tight because the air can get around everything. And you can get that circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the security stuff with home automation, I think that like having cameras around, I think I kind of want to replace the camera that we have, and I'd like to put like a few more cameras in different places.
Yeah.
Just because having something that's watching around each of the doors would be nice. Having something that can see the front porch to see if there's packages would be kind of neat. I heard of somebody who did, they took a smart camera that was like, I don't know if it was solar panel powered or what it was, but they mounted it to a tree in their front yard and had it pointing back at the house at the front door, because their thought was like so many like robbers and stuff will know, or maybe not robbers, but people will know that you've got a smart doorbell or something.
I'll stay out of the way of it or something.
Or try to like mitigate around like either disabling it or trying to, do something to it to like trick it so that it can't respond to them. But having something that's, where nobody would expect is intriguing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work on our tree because the branches droop too low, but it's an interesting idea. But then that, if it's looking at the front of the house, then it might be looking through the windows, and then that's like, well, I don't know that I want a camera looking at the inside of our house, but
yeah,
it's like I'm okay with cameras monitoring the outside of the house, but
I know some people have cameras all over the inside of their house, and it just kind of weirds me out.
Yeah. Well, people who have pets, like one of the guys that I work with, he has a camera inside his house, but he was using it to like check up on what the dog was doing.
Yeah,
because it was like getting into something or whatever. Which again is like, there's not really much you can do about it at that point. Yeah. I guess you might be able to talk to him.
I guess the first time I ran into it, it was like family vlog channels or something, which is a little weird anyway. But I don't know if it was just so they could catch every incident that ever happened in their house to be able to post it on YouTube, or if it was that mingled with like a security thing because people knew where they lived and they wanted to have cameras on everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it seemed really weird to me to have every room in the house under camera surveillance.
I mean, part of me is like, that would be handy because then it could be used as a final point of arbitration and trying to decide like who was at fault.
I mean, that was what the baby monitor was for a long time. It's just kind of like checking up on the boys and seeing who was like doing what. Were they doing something they shouldn't be? Did I need to go intervene in a dangerous situation where somebody was like climbing on something precariously or something? But yeah.
But even that, it wasn't recorded or anything. So you couldn't go back and look and see, what started it all.
What started everything. Yeah. If you had, there was, audio with it. So you could usually hear a squawk.
That's true.
See something starting.
We haven't had a camera baby monitor for a while now.
No, they broke a while ago. So, yeah. They only lasted so long.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what would I have thought of that as a kid?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Having a house where I knew that there were cameras.
Yeah. I mean, I would have gotten away with less because you can't sneak around.
I don't remember doing a lot that would have got me in trouble that I didn't get in trouble for anyway, I
mean, I was a sneaky kid, so I probably would have gotten in trouble for a lot more. I mean, I got in trouble for a ton anyway because I was just a mess. But
I mean, I probably did some stuff I just can't really remember. I do remember sneaking around the house because I wanted to be a spy.
Yeah.
And so I had like the reflective sunglasses so you could see behind you, and like I was trying to learn how to write in invisible ink, and so I was sneaking around the house and looking around corners, and I would write down, Mom's in the kitchen, which isn't any sort of secret piece of intel. It always was less. After reviewing my notes at the end of the day, it was much less interesting than I had hoped.
I mean, some of my sneaky things, it's just like natural consequences catch up with you. So I remember stealing gum out of my mom's purse, which was in her bedroom, and sneaking it out, chewing it at bedtime, and then being like, I'm going to get caught if they come in and pray with us, and I have gum in my mouth. So I crawled under our bunk bed and stuck the chewed up gum on a block and crawled back out and was all innocent for prayers. And then when the lights went off, I crawled back under the bed and got my piece of gum and was chewing it, but I fell asleep with it in my hair. So it was pretty obvious what I had done in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, natural consequences will catch up with you.
Yeah.
That's funny, though.
So, yeah, it all came out. I was like, where did I get the gum? From Mom's purse. I stole it.
I stole it.
And now I have it stuck in my hair.
the one I remember stealing something. Where was it? I think it was at Hy-Vee. Growing up when I was a kid. I don't remember what it was though. It was something that I had and I was holding it, or maybe I'd carried it around the store or put it in something. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But I remember getting home and realizing that I still had it. I want to say it was like a food something. Yeah. But I realized that I still had it. And I felt so bad because I hadn't intended to steal it. Yep. It just, I had forgotten where I had put it. And then we left the store and I still had it with me. And I think, I want to say I told my mom and dad about it, or at least mom, because dad may not have been home. I think I told mom about it and was like, I feel so bad. We should go back so I can return it or pay for it or whatever it was. And I don't remember if we did or not, but I remember that as the one time I stole something and it was accidental and I felt so bad.
That counts if it's accidental.
I know, but
I didn't ever steal from a store, but I definitely took things that weren't mine. It didn't belong to me. So, from my house.
Like growing up?
Yeah. Yep.
Like from your sister or your brother?
No, just like if it's probably from mom's purse or Tums from a medicine cabinet
gotcha.
or, like that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was looking for juicy details.
Yeah. Or I would convince myself that something was like owed to me. So I should go get it, but not tell the person that I took it. Like, that's really bad. Yeah. I remember one instance I felt really guilty because one of my Sunday school teachers would give us a full-size candy bar or something for filling out our Sunday school homework. Kind of like, it was like a daily devotional sort of thing. And I had done it, but somehow hadn't gotten the candy or something. So I went in after Sunday school and took it out of the drawer. I was like, it's fine because I did the thing or whatever. And then later felt like you super guilty about it.
Yeah. Like you felt like you had done enough to require
I don't really
to be
even
given
remember what it was like.
Because I remember we would do similar things for the VBS that we did growing up, where there would be like a Bible verse memory or something, and we'd have to do whatever it was.
We were supposed to fill out our like quote unquote homework, or like it was a daily thing that you filled out a few answers for and brought it in or whatever. But yeah, I don't remember what the reasoning was in my mind. But I remember feeling super convicted about it and having the mortifying realization that I needed to go confess to my Sunday school teacher that I had taken it. And that was very difficult.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about smart homes.
We were talking about smart homes. Yeah.
And cameras.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd ever want to do a camera in the house.
Yeah. I think the thing that would creep me out the most is the thought of it ever getting hacked. Like,
sure.
Because your privacy is completely obliterated at that point. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the part of it that appeals to me would be like if we were traveling. Again, a lot of this comes down to us being out of town, which we don't do all that often. But if we were out of town, like having something that is watching the living room or something, I don't know. Yeah. Like that, if we had cameras outside that were watching the perimeter, then like that's probably good enough. But part of me is like, but what if there's something happening inside the house?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'd find out when we came back, like everybody else.
Right. Yeah, we've never had anything unusual happen while we were out.
No, all the bad things happen while we're home. Knock on wood. I guess. Question mark.
Oh dear. Yeah. Well, things like I've got guitars up on the wall, right? And like you're supposed to keep an eye on the humidity for places that have instruments, especially wood instruments like that. So having something that could, like, these are just the things that come into my mind is like, what would be the things that I would want to keep track of? And, monitoring the humidity in here or in the basement, or, checking for those kinds of things, I think would be really cool. It feels less and less like, smart home at that point, and more just like I'm just keeping tabs on things.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I heard a story of a guy on a podcast that I was listening to that he had a like a smart thermostat thing in a fridge. And the fridge would go through like cool down cycles.
Yeah.
So it would run the compressor for a little bit, and the temperature would drop a few degrees, and then it would rise a couple degrees, and then it would kick on and drop it down. So it was always doing like this dance within, a handful of degrees.
Yeah.
And then there was one point where he noticed that the overall temperature went up a little bit in the fridge, and it didn't do the up and down anymore. It just kind of held steady. Huh. Because the compressor was just running all the time, trying to keep it cold. And so, like, nothing had gone bad in the fridge. It was still in the food safe zone, but he was able to call, like, a repair technician to come look at it and say, here's what I'm seeing, here's what's going on. And he got it fixed before there was actually, like, a failure of the system. Which, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that appeals to me because it's like, if you can prevent something by having some information about what's going on with it, then that's kind of cool.
I guess it depends on how crazy you go with it, because at some point you're going to work against sunk costs because you've just got so many things monitoring. And one thing maybe might fail, or you might catch something before it fails. But then how much money have you spent on all of these other little pieces monitoring all these little things? Which, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I was looking at the sensors that he was using. They're from a company called Yolink or something. And it's like $25 or $30 for one of the sensors.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not that expensive. And if it lasts you for, years and years, then it's probably...
I guess that's the thing. Does it last you for years and years?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a reason to think it wouldn't necessarily, but yeah, it's maybe not proven. I have a game to play with you. Okay. Are you ready for a game?
I guess so.
All right. So, it's going to be a blind ranking game.
Okay.
So, here are the rules. So I will read the list. So I've picked 10 books from our bookshelves, and I'm going to read them back one at a time. And your job will be to put the one that I give you into a ranking spot from 1 to 10. And I guess at this point we should probably establish what it is that you're going to use to evaluate the books, whether it's books you like, books you would recommend, or maybe you could just pick whatever, like, per book.
Well, I have no idea what books you chose, so
yeah. This is the scary part.
What criteria to use.
All right.
Do you want me to pick one even without knowing?
We can do it as we get into it.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. Sorry. This is dead air for a podcast. I'll just edit all this out.
Sounds good.
Nobody will know.
Nobody will know.
All right. I pulled it up. I've got the list.
Okay. I am ready.
All right. So, book number 1, The Wind in the Willows.
Okay.
And you'll have a chance at the end to, like, rearrange your list.
So, I know this is one of the boys' favorites, or it has been at times. Trying to think where I would put it.
We have a movie
Yeah.
of it that you grew up watching.
Yes.
I don't think I ever saw it until you
to
introduced it.
Yeah. Well, and I'd never read the book, so that was the only
We had
reference I had to The Wind in the Willows.
we had an adaptation of the book that was like,
An adaptation?
yeah, that's the word. That was like a kid one or something. But I think it was really abridged because I feel like it was a much shorter book.
Interesting.
And I never really got into it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed the book now. Like I don't remember if I finished that book actually with the boys now that I think about it.
I don't remember.
But I read most of it to them out loud.
You might have finished it. I don't remember. Okay, well, trying to figure out where I rank it, since I have no reference for what anything else is. Is this like giving me a hint as to the theme, or is this not? Is there no theme? So I'm gonna say
maybe like your favorite books or something. I don't know.
Or favorite books or something.
Or something.
Okay, I'm gonna put it at 4 at the moment.
Okay.
Like the boys like it. I like it because it's chill. Like it's just calming. But yeah, I just have no idea where anything else is. So I'll just put it at 4 for right now.
I didn't know at all about the part where they went to go look for who's the kid?
Otters.
Yeah,
baby?
the otter's baby. Like they go to look for
Little
him
otter.
and there's like this mysterious island or whatever that they come across.
As the spirit of the woodland something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what he's called.
But like that whole piece of the plot, like I didn't even know existed.
Yeah. Spirit of the forest or maybe he's the wind. I don't remember.
All I remembered was that Toad drove a car.
Yes. Toad drove a car. That's basically what the boys remember too. Toad drove a car. And he's very obsessed with cars. And,
All right. Hobbit is next.
Oh, The Hobbit is next.
The Hobbit is next. We're currently reading this one with the boys.
Wait. Is 1 my favorite and 10 my least favorite? Or, yeah, right?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Unless you went with the other understanding.
Okay, and then I'm going to switch The Wind in the Willows to 6.
Well, this is how blind rankings work. You can't change it.
Well, but I didn't know how it worked.
Oh, okay. So you were thinking 10 was your favorite.
I guess. I don't know why, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, then you can move it.
Okay, so
It keeps the same rank order at that point.
Wind in the Willows is 6.
So we're currently reading The Hobbit with the boys. We're at the party has gotten to Mirkwood.
Yes.
At this point. There have been so many points along the story where the boys have both just died laughing.
Yeah.
And then this last chapter, I feel like they got a little bit bored with it because it was a very long chapter.
Some of the chapters are very long.
And like Pooh said, what's the thing he says?
A very, very little brains and big words bother me. Something like that.
Well, no, he says it lags a bit in the middle.
Oh, yes,
or
it
something,
lags a bit in the middle.
Which we're about in the middle of the book. But
so this is so hard not knowing what the other ones are. I'm going to put it at 2.
Okay.
Because J.R.R. Tolkien is one of my favorite authors. He's definitely up there.
Number 2.
I like his The Fall of Arthur.
Okay. That's pretty.
It's a good one.
That's pretty high up. Number 2.
I know, but I don't know what else is in here, so
All right.
I don't know. My number system is messing up. Oops.
All right. Wind in the Willows, number 4. The Hobbit.
Or Wind in the Willows, number 6.
Number 6. Oh, that's right. Because we changed it.
Yep.
Number 2, The Hobbit. All right. Next up, Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah, well. So,
So, let me tell you.
I'm trying to think of a book that I like less than Mary Poppins on our shelves.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy's right.
Well, so
It's like,
so
I
that's
didn't-
interesting. Like, I only ever grew up seeing the movie.
Yeah, I didn't loathe it. I think I might have read one of the books as a kid. I don't remember clearly. But reading them with the boys was just like a fever dream. I don't know. It was weird. A whole lot of something.
It is a weird book. Like,
Yeah.
we only ever saw the Dick Van Dyke, Julie Andrews
Yeah.
movie. And so that's all I knew.
Yeah. There's just a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah. It's rare for me to not want to finish a series once I've started it. And that one there was just no desire to completely finish all the books. I'm going to put her at 9.
Okay.
Just because I don't know what else is like I've said with all of these. Like, I don't know. It's not that I hated it. It was fun in places, but of the books we have on the shelves, it does not rank very highly at all.
Okay. Mary Poppins
Mary Poppins.
is in 9th.
Yes.
Number 2 is The Hobbit. Number 6, Wind in the Willows. Number 9, Mary Poppins. All right. Next up, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Let's see. Do I like that less than The Hobbit or more than The Hobbit? Probably less. It would probably go right underneath for me.
So 3rd place.
Yeah, we'll put it there for the time being.
Okay.
It's like, I like it. He's just not quite the writer Tolkien is.
Sure.
Well, and it's meant for...
It's meant for a different audience.
Yes.
I mean, Lewis is an excellent writer.
He is. It's maybe
his
just
world building isn't quite the same.
Yeah. He isn't as consistent as Tolkien. He isn't as built out as Tolkien. Tolkien was just on his own level. He was his own thing.
Yeah. All right. We're going to bring out a different book for the 5th one in the lineup to be revealed. Okay. We've gone through 4 now, coming up to number 5. And we're going to pull out The Demon of Unrest.
Okay, so we're mixing all kinds of genres in here. The Demon of Unrest. I really enjoyed that one. It's a history narrative about Europe, mostly England in during World War II. Kind of, I think most of it centers around the first year of England's involvement and Churchill in particular and his family and their dynamic. But it goes into a lot of the bombing of London and the Blitz and just covers a lot of that. And it was very fascinating with all the tie-ins of what was happening in different parts of the world and in different people's lives and homes at that point, and how different lives connected and different relationships. Churchill and FDR and just the different relationships there. And it was very fascinating. But my mind is not good at ranking things. So I'm like, how does that fit in with children's stories? Where do I stick that? It's one that I would definitely read again. So it's decently high up there. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll put it at 5.
Yeah. And thinking about it now, I probably should have changed the ordering to be, or the selection to be more themed as opposed to being all over the place. But,
This is just David's random picks off the bookshelf.
right. Just of anything I saw that I thought.
Make this difficult for Caitlin to rank.
All right. All right. Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. I think it would be interesting. It's yeah, I just remember you talking about it back when you were going through it, and yeah, it just sounds very, very fascinating.
And all the first person accounts and stuff from radio broadcasts and personal letters and all of those things. I love when historians pull a lot from that instead of just a narrative of what happened. It's pulling in the original sources, and it just makes it you feel like you know the people a lot more. It makes history much more alive.
Mm-hmm. All right. 5 down, 5 to go.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to take a book off the shelf, set it in front of you metaphorically, and say, "Here, Caitlin, where would you put Stepping Heavenward in the list?"
Stepping Heavenward. That was a good one. It's so hard to rank these.
Yeah.
Just in terms of personal impact, it's extremely high. I feel like it was pretty well written. And reading Elizabeth Prentice's biography made it even more so, impactful, because she wrote Stepping Heavenward as a fictional narrative. But a lot of the events were based on her own life, and realizing that she lost children and went through sickness and, was bedridden multiple times in her life, and, was a pastor's wife, or not a pastor's wife, a doctor's wife. Was it? Yeah, something like that. But, knowing what all she went through and her weaving that into the narrative of a Christian woman's life, and the growth of faith through a life was really impactful. I need other spots.
Next time I do one of these, I'll have to keep a theme.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll stick that at 1 for right now.
Number 1.
It's funny, but some of the most seemingly spiritually impactful books I've read have been fictions that somebody wrote instead of necessarily a book specifically on Christian living. Somebody writing in story form a Christian life lived out well. Not that biographies aren't wonderful, but it somehow in a biography, it's like, well, that was their life and they were some sort of perfect angel, or they just had this spiritual thing that nobody else can attain to. But in a fiction, I don't know, you can almost feel it in a more personal sense in some ways. That sounds funny.
It's funny because I would have thought it would. I would have imagined it being the other way around, where it's like, if it's fiction, it's like, oh well, this is contrived. Yeah. This is whoever made this up. Whereas if it was a real life, it was like, oh, this is more inspiring because they were a real person.
And some fictions do come across that way, as preachy. But I've run across a few in my life that just showed an aspect of the Christian life in a beauty that I hadn't seen before through the form of storytelling. And, I don't know. It was just impactful in a completely different way.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So you've got spots at 4, 7, 8, and 10 open.
Something better be real bad.
Well, speaking of things that are really bad,
Oh, okay.
we're gonna pull out. Well, actually, there's no tie-in with it being really bad. Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. I like Lewis Carroll. There's just so much. It in some ways it kind of reminds me of Winnie the Pooh, in just his funny way of putting real human characteristics into funny characters. It's like the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, Alice, the Rabbit, the White Rabbit, the Queen, just all of these people. So many things happen in such bizarre ways, and he captures the strangeness of dreams so well that it's just like bizarre happenstances. But Alice doesn't act like it's this weird thing happening to her. She just kind of goes with it, which is what you do in dreams.
You just kind of roll with it.
Bizarre things happen to you and around you, and it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, that's happening. And you just totally go with it. It's like Alice.
And it's only once you wake up that you're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Drinking random things or eating random things and shrinking or growing, depending on what she's eaten or drunk. And growing to the size of a house and not being able to get out. You know, just like things that are just, I don't know. It's so funny. And his writing style is great. And his poems are hilarious. I just really enjoy Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass both. Just
people who have such a command of language and can
come up with these scenarios in a way that you can identify with them and also find amusement in them without being bored or like, well, that's ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah, it's a skill. It's an enviable skill. And I think what makes me kind of chuckle is I think he was a mathematician, if I'm not totally off base.
I had an ebook that I got at one point that was written by him called Symbolic Logic, which he was talking about like how do you think through
he was
like
a college
logical
professor. So
problems.
I don't remember what he taught, but I don't know that it had anything to do with literature.
Right,
I don't remember. Right. But yeah, just
very accomplished in that way.
Well, the highest space I have open is 4, so I'll put that at 4.
Okay. And number 4.
I feel like things are going to be unnecessarily slandered here in 7, 8, and 10. We shall see.
All right. We've got 1 through 6 already taken.
Yes.
7, 8, and 10. Okay. So we will pull out off the shelf, dust it off, look at the dust jacket and make sure it's still intact. It's not. Plot twist. Set the book down on the table and open it up to the first page that says The World of Pooh.
The World of Pooh.
So this book, this is the book that we have that's I think it has like all the Pooh stuff in it.
Okay.
So it's like it's like a 1 volume with all the
That's funny.
the Pooh stuff.
So he needs to go higher, but he can't. Yes, Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh so much. We've talked about this. I love his poetry too. The When We Were Very Young and Now We Are 6. Those are fantastic. Yeah.
I remember when I turned 6, somebody said something to me about mentioning the poem about being 6.
When I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. When I was 4, I was not much more. When I was 5, I was just alive. But now that I'm 6, I'm as clever, so I think I'll be 6 now, forever and ever.
And I wasn't sure, because I didn't really know where it came from. I didn't remember where it was.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, but I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not going to be 6 forever.
You were
Just very
just too analytically or too literal.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Liam thought it was really funny.
That's great. All right. Have we settled on a spot for where Pooh will go?
Well, I guess he's got to take number 7.
Oh, okay.
It's like, this is going really well.
Oh, dear. All right. Last 2. Closing it out. The penultimate volume gets taken off the shelf.
Okay.
It is
Is it a weighty tome?
I don't think this one is. I mean, it's not like a small book, but it's not like a dictionary.
Okay.
It is a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court.
So I don't know if I've ever made it through this one completely.
Sort of Mary Poppins style.
See, I think I also tried it when I was younger. It was funny. It was strange. I've got a book that I really like the illustrations in. But yes, just some man from Connecticut being dropped into King Arthur's court, and I think at some point he's like trying to rival Merlin or something with his understanding of science and how to make illusions happen or something. I don't know. It's this whole thing, and it's been forever. So I don't know that I would rank it very high because I just don't remember.
Sure.
And so just in case the 10th one is better, I'm going to put that one at 10.
Okay. All right. The Connecticut Yankee, last place.
He got last place as of
currently. All right. All right. Last one. The Splendid and the Vile.
Another history one. Yes. Okay, let's see. What was... Wait, no, I flipped it. The Demon of Unrest and the Splendid of the Vile. I switched them in my mind.
Oh, okay.
So,
the Splendid and the Vile. So everything you said about the Demon of Unrest earlier is now this book.
Yes.
So now we go back in time.
Rewind it.
Harp noises.
So I would say, actually, I don't know. I might actually keep the Demon of Unrest where it is and put the Splendid and the Vile at 8. The Demon of Unrest was about the months leading up to Lincoln's presidency, and his most of it kind of centered around what was happening leading up to Lincoln's presidency and how secession happened, how the states kind of fell out, and the bombing of Fort Sumter, and kind of followed the commander who was in charge of Fort Sumter and how he dealt with that, how he dealt with the whole situation. And he was from the South. He was a Southerner, but loyal to the Union, which was not super common for a Southern general to be loyal to the Union. But he defended this fort with an extremely small little battalion of men, and he was I mean, the Confederates thought they should have this fort because it was South Carolina, and it was in their territory, and they didn't think the Union should have it.
Sure.
So there was a bunch of posturing and people trying to figure out if they should send anybody to help them, and the commander kind of wondering if he was just kind of a scapegoat. They were just going to let him be bombed out to start the war, and all these machinations going back and forth, and how Lincoln handled everything, and who was before him? I'm trying to remember the president before him, who just kind of made a mess of everything and did not help the situation at all, and kind of propelled us toward a civil war.
FDR.
No.
Oh,
I'm blanking.
I don't remember.
But yeah, it was just fascinating. I love Civil War history, and I don't know. I love most periods of American history. I just really find fascinating. But from Lincoln to Teddy Roosevelt, especially, those are some of my favorite eras. But yeah.
So James Buchanan was the president right before Lincoln.
James Buchanan. Yeah. Okay.
So this book mostly just focuses on this one guy. Is that right?
Which one? The
one,
Demon of Unrest?
Yeah, the Demon of Unrest focuses mostly on the guy who's got the...
It's hard because Eric Larson weaves several people's stories. It's almost like you're reading one of those books that goes from point of view to point of view.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of point of view narrative. So
it's kind of like, it's like those TV shows where they like tell parts of the story and they cut back and forth between different people throughout.
Essentially.
And it's like, we're following this person over here, and we're following this person over here, and we're following this person over here.
Which some people hate, but I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy his style of writing. And so, yeah, I think a lot of it would focus around Fort Sumter and the happenings there. Mm-hmm. But he pulls in all the people around it, from the Confederacy to the Lincoln's presidency and the people around those things, and the people really pushing for secession. And there were a few, I don't know what you'd call them. It's been a while since I read it, so I don't remember names. But some guy who was basically really, really pushing for secession and was going to different state legislatures and really pushing them to pass their whatever, cessation. Yeah. But he was on the Confederate side during the bombing of Fort Sumter and lit some fuses and set off some cannons, and was like, this was a huge deal for him, and he was super, super pumped about it. But it's not, I don't remember, I'm trying to remember if anybody died on the Union side during the bombing of Fort Sumter. It might have been that nobody did, but then they were lighting off either a gun salute or cannons at their surrender, and something misfired and killed one of the guys, which is like super tragic. But I feel like that happened a lot back when machinery was way more faulty.
Much more unreliable than it is today. Yeah.
So, but the general or commander, I don't know if he was a general or what position he held in the military, but he took the flag from Fort Sumter and took it with him, the Union flag. And I think there was a ceremony at the end of the war where either he put that flag back up at Fort Sumter or a new one, which was like a big deal for him. But yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
All the machinations around the early beginnings of the Civil War. It's very fascinating.
Yeah.
So this is a total aside, but you know the book Across 5 Aprils?
I've heard the title.
I was just reading a book because we're finishing up our stuff about the Civil War with Colin and Liam. And it's like what it would be like if you lived during the time of the Civil War, if you were a child. And it goes through what would it be if you were in the North? What would it be like if you were in the South? For each question. And kind of talks about that. And it was like, it was the period lasted for, sometimes they call it the War of 5 Aprils or something, because it was started in April 1861 and ended in April 1865. So it's across 5 Aprils. And I was like, why did my mind never latch on to that?
The title means something.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yes. No, it is true. There's a number of things. It's like, I can't think of a good example now, but there have been so many things where that's been the exact same thing I've done. Like I've heard something for a while, and then all of a sudden I realized it's like, oh,
your brain has a realization.
That's really obvious.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should have known that this whole time.
Yeah.
But you sort of just accept it, right? As like, this is just the title of it. And you don't even question it at that point. It's just like, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Why? Who knows? But that's the title of it.
Okay, do I get to rearrange anything?
All right. So, yes. So now you can take a look at it and say, how would I change if I were to change anything?
Okay.
So the order currently after our blind ranking
Yes.
is number 1, Stepping Heavenward. Number 2, The Hobbit. Number 3, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Number 4, Alice in Wonderland. 5, The Demon of Unrest. 6, The Wind in the Willows. 7, The World of Pooh. 8, The Splendid and the Vile. 9, Mary Poppins. And 10, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
Okay, so this is how my mind is going to go about it. Like, ranking it from, would I recommend this to someone, and do I currently like this? Like,
Kind of a blend of those two factors
Yes.
to do the ranking. Yeah.
yeah. So Stepping Heavenward would probably hit, probably still at the top, just because I would recommend it to any girl.
Yeah.
Like, maybe 15 and up or 13 and up, somewhere in there. But I feel like it was more impactful for me as a married mother than it would have been as a teenager.
Interesting.
Just because I've already gone through some of those life experiences. I think you should read it at both stages and maybe multiple stages of your life, but I feel like it was probably more impactful for me as a wife and mother than it would have been as a teenager.
It is. There's a number of things like that, right? Where it's like you might read a book on marriage before you're married, and it's like, oh, I'm going to get some wisdom. I'm going to go into this thing, and I'm going to know about it, and I'll be able to do all right. But while it's helpful, and while there's stuff that's in there, it may give you some things to latch onto.
Yeah.
Once you've been married for a while, then you go back and read a book like that, and it's like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because you have an experience with it, and now your mind has like places to put things that it finds. So it's like you're given all this stuff in the book, and it's like, okay, I now know what to do with all these different pieces of information instead of just having it wash all over you.
So I think that, unfortunately, I would bump The Hobbit down and put Pooh in its place.
Okay.
Because I love Tolkien, but I've also run into people who do not, and who are just like, it's boring. It's like a slog to get through. I don't like all the scenic explanations, And so, as much as I love Tolkien, I don't know that it would be top of the recommendation list, just because it's like, I don't know. I'd have questions about you if you were like Winnie the Pooh.
Well, I could understand if you were like Winnie the Pooh, until you read it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Like, if you have experienced A.A. Milne, his writing as he wrote it, like it, I would be hard pressed to be like, okay, we're still friends. No.
You are just
I'm not totally serious. I'm just
mostly serious.
Mostly serious. So The Hobbit would probably go under that.
Okay. At number 3.
Yeah. And let's see. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe would be going at 4 probably. Alice in Wonderland would go next. Let's see. The Wind in the Willows is a classic, but it does move kind of slow. So I could see people kind of meh-ing. Like, I like it.
Well, and that's part of why you like it, is because it's got that more chill vibe to it.
So it's not a hurried...
If people are saying chill vibes these days still.
Chill vibes. It's not like there's no rush to get anywhere. It's just kind of a meander through this little world that he created. So maybe I would put the 2 history books. I'm trying to decide if I would do The Demon of Unrest or The Splendid and the Vile. I think I would do The Demon of Unrest over The Splendid and the Vile. Which, if I read them again really recently, I might change that. But as my memory stands, that's how that would go. Then The Wind in the Willows. than A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. Because I'm really not sure if I could recommend that because I haven't read it in so long or any of it in so long. And then Mary Poppins would go very last because I don't know that I would recommend that you read it if you haven't. Like maybe just for the experience to say you have, but to go on the fever dream that is Mary Poppins.
A look. Yeah. Dive into this for like a split second.
And it's like a completely different fever dream than Alice in Wonderland. Like that's like, I don't know. If I knew what being on shrooms was like, I would say Alice in Wonderland might be like that. I don't know. Just as it's like the bizarre.
I mean, there are mushrooms in the story.
There are mushrooms in the story, or at least in the movie. I'm trying to remember if they're in the story too. But yeah, Mary Poppins is just, I don't know. I'm just confused as to where the worldview or the spirituality of Travers, is that who wrote it? I don't know. I'm just confused as to where that person was at all. It's just so weird. And maybe he's pulling in, I think it's a he, maybe he's pulling in mythology and that's why it feels so strange. And maybe I just didn't have the background of understanding what these things were. I mean, he had a hamadryad and, stars coming down and visiting and, magical people, and all these magical relations are somehow Mary Poppins relations. I don't know. But I think one of the things that weirded me out the most was that she had an uncle or a cousin who was a cobra, like a hamadryad, like a tree spirit. Well, I don't know. Yeah. It was just, I was like, well, that's creepy and weird and strange.
The person who wrote Mary Poppins, I just looked it up. This is now a David Reads from Wikipedia podcast.
Fantastic. Okay.
The person who wrote Mary Poppins is Helen Linden Goff.
She went pen name,
and she took up the name Pamela Linden Travers,
a nom de plume,
and abbreviated it as P.L. Travers.
Okay.
It says that she did that when writing the first of 8 Mary Poppins books.
Yes, there are a lot. I think I have a collection of like 5 or something.
That's a lot.
But it is a lot. It's a lot of strangeness. And Mary Poppins is just not really a likable character. Like, she sort of is, but she also isn't. Because she takes them on all these adventures and they have all these experiences, but then she basically gaslights them every time they come back from these adventures. It's like peak gaslighting.
That's funny.
I don't, it's a bizarre world. And yeah. It's like, I'm not necessarily sad we read it, but also I'm not like, I'm never going to read it again. We're not returning to
it. It has not found a favored place on the shelf.
It's not like I would take this off my shelf because it's evil. It's just weird. Real weird. Yeah. So weird. Yeah. And depressing in some places. It's like, I'm done with Mary. I'm just done with her.
That's funny.
Oh, my.
All right. Well, now we've got a list.
We got a list. Such as it is.
Such as it is. I'll have to do better at theming whatever it is that I pick next time. Or maybe you pick something next time.
I could pick something. Or I could pick something and give you the list. And we could rank them like highest to least and then compare.
Like you, I see.
We don't have to.
So we each get the list.
Yeah.
And then we make our own ranking and then compare it.
But I could also do this for you.
That's true.
Off of your bookcases.
I would also like to do a different game where we draft something. So kind of like this, but where we would each make a list of five books that would be our list, but we'd be pulling from the same pool essentially.
Okay.
And then trying to make the list that we want.
Yeah.
Before the other person gets to the book that we wanted to put on our list. It's a little bit of competitiveness.
There you go. Did you want to talk more about smart homes? Did you have more points?
I don't think so.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going somewhere else with it.
No. I don't think I did. I think I said what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Looking back on this list, I think I would have been better to stick with like all fiction or all children's stories or something. I was trying
but the more you know.
I was trying to diversify it, but
it was a broad spectrum. Well, I guess it wasn't actually that broad. It was mostly children's fiction and
a couple other
history
random
books.
things.
And then one fictional. I don't know, yeah.
This is David was just perusing the shelves earlier and writing down titles.
Yeah. It is interesting to try to think through, like, what would I say? I don't know. It's hard because writing styles are so different, and I like different books for different reasons. And it's like, if I could only choose 10 books to take with me off of my bookcases that were like in the fiction category, what would I pick? And I don't even know.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Yeah, I didn't even
many good ones.
I didn't even like go for any of the, well, with the exception of Stepping Heavenward, I didn't really go with any of the theological books.
Yeah.
That we have, which I felt like Stepping Heavenward was a fiction, so it's not really
fiction. Very.
But even then, it makes it kind of its own.
Yeah.
Like
its own category.
Its own category.
Christian fiction.
Yeah.
I feel like you think of Amish romance novels when you think of Christian fiction.
Oh, well, speak for yourself.
I think of just like twaddly, like nonsense. I don't know. Which is, I'm sure there's great stuff in that category. I'm just like, that's not what I think of. Yeah. I think of the stuff that's in like the Christian books catalog or something.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. Speaking of books, and this podcast keeps coming back to books. One of these days we'll have an episode where we don't talk about them.
You'll just need to read it or rename it to Back to the Books.
Back to the Books. But thinking about telling people, they say, hey, what do you like to do? It's like, well, I like to read. Mm-hmm. What people think of when you say, I like to read.
Yeah.
Who don't read the sorts of things that we do. Like, I always wonder, what is it that they have in their mind?
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost never reading fiction personally.
I think probably most people think of fantasy or fiction when people say, I like to read.
Yeah. Or like that one bookstore that we were in that had, it had like multiple floor to ceiling shelves of those like, short and stout,
like the Harlequin novels,
like the novel, like just absolutely cheapest paperback, novel things, and it's like there are so many of those out there. Yeah,
there's and I think
there's whole categories of books that I wouldn't even go near.
Yeah, just junk fiction or junk romance novels, and I don't know, all kinds of, there's whole genres that are just like, no, no, thank you.
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. It's like, I've kind of gotten into recently young adult fiction, which in some categories I've been researching different things because I'm always kind of like looking ahead for what do I want to have on my bookshelves for the boys at these ages. And that's one category I don't have a ton in. Like, I have a few things, but I don't have a ton. I have more middle grade fiction. So it's been kind of fun reading some of those and branching out different horizons, or looking at different people's recommendations, or doing like different homeschool moms, like my favorite books or mom reads, and kind of seeing what they have and what authors they've come across, and finding some interesting books in those categories. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm always kind of surprised by what does and what doesn't capture Colin's imagination as he finds books to read.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's enjoyed some books like Homer Price.
Yeah.
But then there's other books that I would have figured were similar enough in style that he is not very interested in.
It's, at the moment, it's hard to, I don't know. He goes back and forth, but at the moment it seems like he's into just reading encyclopedia, like knowledge encyclopedia kind of stuff. Like he'll just pull these huge
the
history
kids
or
reference
tome
books.
Yeah. Or like I got that book Team Moon, and it's a decent sized book. Like there's a decent amount of reading in there. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "I finished that, Mom." I was like, "Well, when did you start it?"
I saw him reading it the other day.
So he must have been working on it for a while. But yeah, it's things that I don't think he's super interested in or would be super interested in seem to really catch his attention, and he sits and reads forever. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. It's always.
I mean, I'm happy that he's wanting to dig into the reading, and yeah,
he's got all kinds of random facts about presidents and historical events. I'm like, wow, how'd you know that? Oh, I read it somewhere. I was like, okay, yeah. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he has probably better reading comprehension than, like, maybe not reading comprehension, but reading like retention, like able to recall certain things.
He does remember facts really well.
Yeah.
If it interests him, he usually kind of hangs on to stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to think of a riddle about a guitar, but that gives the whole riddle away now that I've told you that. So
I see.
I can't use that as the ending anymore.
Wah wah.